You might be wondering what's the easiest way to make money online. Now, you're going to be surprised to learn that it's probably not anything that you think it is. But before we jump into it, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future insights and trainings. Now, you might be expecting me to talk about get-rich-quick schemes and how to make a quick buck with minimal to no effort. But let's be real, those things don't last. Today, we're going to be focusing on something that's far more rewarding and sustainable. But let's first address that elephant in the room. Get-rich-quick schemes, they're exciting, they're alluring, and guess what? They're mostly smoke and mirrors. They're like a bad relationship that we've probably all had, you know, the one that looks perfect on paper, but ends up being a complete emotional roller coaster. Let's talk about some of the key points of a get-rich-quick scheme, starting with the psychological appeal. You're probably looking for instant gratification. See, we live in this fast-paced world where waiting is basically, a sin. You just can't handle it. Get-rich-quick schemes promise instant riches, and who doesn't want that, right? Also, we need to deal with the FOMO factor. Now, that is the fear of missing out, or FOMO, and it plays a big role. When you hear about something that is making quick money or big amounts of money, you think, why not me, right? The other problem is you have this mirage of ease. And I see this all the time when I see advertisements of, 16 steps to quick money, how to make $10,000 in 30 days. It's this mirage of ease, minimal effort. These schemes often promise high returns, and they don't even mention the effort, or they understate the effort that it takes to make that money in such a short period of time. And then also there's this no skill needed myth. Often we hear phrases like no experience required. This is a turnkey solution. Essentially what they're saying is you don't need skills. You just pay the fee and you get the 10-step easy process to make $10,000 in 30 days. Now let's talk about the reality check. Here's the pitfalls. Unsustainability is the big problem. See, short-term gains often lead to long-term pains. These schemes rarely stand the test of time. What we really want when we're starting a business is something that's sustainable, that's going to last us month after month, year after year, until we decide we want to do something else. Also, there's these hidden costs. Oh, they're not going to tell you about the hidden fees, right? Or the time you're going to spend fixing the problems, or even the time that it's going to take to build the platform for you to have this business that's supposedly going to make you $10,000 a month. They're also not going to tell you the cost, the overhead costs, what it's going to cost you in advertising and in buying tools and the internet connection and your website. I mean, there's all of these fees that are usually hidden, and they'll usually say, oh, you can do this minimal cost. See, it's like buying a car that you later find out has no engine. So you need to be careful. Then there are these issues that are often not talked about, and this is scams and legal consequences. Now, here's some red flags. Some of these schemes are downright illegal. Think pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, and so on. And guess what? The law doesn't have a sense of humor about these things, and they're not going to let you off the hook just because you bought a system offline, off of the internet. If you're doing this, you're going to be found guilty. And you also will need to look at the reputational damage. Even if you make some quick money, the damage to your reputation can be irreversible. In the online world, reputation is everything. So before you're lured into the siren song of quick riches, take a step back, take a deep breath, and think. Don't trade your long-term success for a short-term gain or thrill. It's not just about avoiding scams. It's about building something meaningful, something that you can be proud of, something that lasts, something that can be a legacy. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And hey, don't say I didn't warn you. Remember, if it's probably too good to be true, it is. So let's talk about a better solution to this problem. Let's talk about how we're going to approach this. What are the alternatives? The simple answer is that you need to look for genuine problems that need solving. That's where the gold mine is. You need to identify the gaps in the marketplace. You're looking for a problem that exists in the market that you can provide a solution to. And then you're going to need to research that to validate the actual need. You're going to need to determine if the need for your solution is there. You don't want to offer something that no one's going to buy. And here, this is really important. You need to leverage your unique skills and your knowledge to provide a better solution. Here's where your knowledge, skills, and passion come into play. And that's extremely important, because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're going to be like a get-rich-quick scheme. You're going to start off really good, but you're going to phase out. It's not about chasing money. It's about creating value. This is extremely important. What value do you bring to the marketplace? And that value is bundled in the solution that you're providing to a problem that exists. Now, there may be other players in the market that are solving the problem. So you're also going to need to look at how they're solving the problem. Maybe there is a gap in what they're offering, and that can become your niche. Now, let's talk about automation. You want to automate, automate, automate. Now that we've identified this problem and you've planned a killer solution, you need to come up with a way to automate it. Why is automation crucial for scaling? Because you can build something and sell it over and over again and allow the automation to handle the majority of what's going on. Now, you're still going to have to run the business. You're still going to have to make decisions. And in the case of what I do, offering a membership business online, I have to create content like this video and training modules and weekly group settings. So automation becomes critical so that I am not having to do this video over and over again. I can record this video once, which I am, and I can post it out on YouTube or on my website or my social media platforms, and it gets played over and over again into eternity. Well, for as long as those platforms last, I suppose. Now, tools that can help you with automation can be anything from your website to databases to software that helps you create postings. I use Wix for my website. I use PayPal and Stripe for my payment solutions. I have ChatGPT. I use Canva. I use all sorts of automated tools to help me. I'm using Zoom to record this video. And let's not forget that you need some hardware to also do something like this. Now, Wix allows me to set up an automated system where individuals can come in and sign up for my membership. It's called the Founder Circle. And once a week, I do a live video where I am doing a training and mentoring session. And there's all sorts of benefits involved. And the cool thing is you have access to an archive of trainings and materials and downloads. And also, I have a whole training platform on my Wix website where an individual can come in and pay for a training, whether it be a short mini course or an extended master course. I have a master course right now on how to start a business, where it basically walks you through start to finish. And at the end of the course, you get a little certificate and you will have written your business plan. Also, you want to make sure that when you're creating automation that you don't lose the personal touch. In my case, I'm doing weekly and monthly live sessions where I'm interacting with individuals. Also, I have a members only section. It's kind of a private Facebook page where there's a lot of interaction that happens, and you don't want to lose the personal touch at all. So you need to remember the goal is to build a business that does not need to be babysat 24/7, but you also have to remember that when you start a business, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, there is going to be some work involved. But the cool thing is if you set up a process that is what we call evergreen, where you create something and it's used over and over again, people can consume that product, can consume that information while you're sleeping, while you're on an airplane, while you're traveling, while you're on vacation, while you're creating content for another session, whatever it is, they can continue to consume that content even if you're not there available. Now that we've talked about that, let's deal with scalability. Let's talk about scaling. What is scaling? Scaling is how do you grow your business? It's one thing if you're going to make a quick buck, but we want a business that's going to grow over time without busting our bank accounts or our physical time. And so you want to think through a process. Maybe you're going to look at a lean startup model. What is that? It means you start as simple as possible. I talk a lot of times about creating a Facebook group, have a Facebook page, have a Facebook group. They're two different things. If you're old school like me, a Facebook page is kind of like the yellow pages were in the phone book 100 years ago when we had that. That's basically, the page is basically a more interactive website, if you will, where you're posting pictures and you're posting sales and maybe customers, you're posting their reviews. That is more of an informational place, whereas a group is where interaction happens. You can make it a private group where only members you invite are involved, but you want to have something lean, and you don't need to have a fancy website. I use Wix again. I do have an affiliate link for that, which I will post at the bottom of this video on YouTube. But you want to have a lean model where possible. You don't need to have a website and domain name to get started. You will want to do that at some point. The other thing you want to consider is what are your funding options? How much money are you going to need to get started? Now, again, if you're doing a lean startup or what we call bootstrapping, you're going to probably start with the money in your pocket. Now, I just want to warn you that you need to not get ahead of your skis here. Don't put the cart before the horse, is what I'm trying to say. You want to make sure that you are growing as gently and as logically as possible. I see people all the time that say, oh, I need $10,000 to launch my business. No, you don't. Now, if you're going to start a repair business or a lawn care business where you need to get a really nice, lawnmower or edgers or whatever, yes, I understand that you're going to need to have some sort of money to buy equipment. But what I'm talking about here is automated businesses. I'm talking about online businesses. And honestly, I have started multiple businesses with less than $100. Started with a domain name, which you can usually get for under $30 generally. And I would have started with a website. Now, the website through Wix, you're going to spend around $150 to get started. They sometimes run offers, but you don't need a website to get started because you can start with a Facebook page and a Facebook group for free. You'll want to start up a PayPal account that links to a bank account. Now, at some point, you're going to need to go through some more formal legal formation where you're an LLC or an S Corp, C Corp, nonprofit, for-profit, whatever your legal structure is going to be. You obviously will need to do that, and that will cost you some time and money as well. Now, I have over the years learned how to do S Corp, C Corp, and LLCs, and I do them myself, and that saves me hundreds of dollars. You may not be there yet, and that's fine. So keep in mind that there are some things that involve funding and money out of your pocket. My very first business I started was in 2000. It was a manufacturing company, believe it or not. And I started in a 900 square foot apartment, and I did it with less than $100. Now, we grew that to a worldwide business that I later sold after 4 years of running it. We were featured in Entrepreneur Magazine. We were in Vegan Times, Red Book Magazine. Our products were on QVC. We did really well, but we started in an apartment with a computer, and we didn't even have social media back then. You need to find low cost but effective marketing strategies. We're not going to dig deep into those today, but there's many options out there, from organic, where you're just posting information and hoping and praying that someone's going to come along. And some organic marketing does work. Low cost effective marketing strategies might be that you create content about what you are doing and you start a YouTube channel for nothing. YouTube channels are free. In the world of online business, scaling is going to be your middle name. You're going to need to learn how to grow your business. So let's wrap things up here. The easiest way to make money online isn't about looking for shortcuts or get rich quick schemes. It's about finding a problem, creating a sustainable solution, automating the process, and scaling it in a financially smart way. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And if you're looking for mentorship or coaching, check out the links in the description. Until next time, keep those entrepreneurial spirits high. And by all means, please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. See you soon.